Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video you may know by the title and the thumbnail of the video that we have gotten our heifers scanned. So basically in today's video, except for this one here, there's 8 heifers in total. That's including that small one. We got 7 heifers scanned. That's excluding this one. So those 2 there and those ones there all got scanned. Along with 1 cow, which is this mousy coloured cow here. So we got a total of 8 cattle scanned, 7 heifers and 1 cow. So basically in today's video I'll even include the cow as well. We'll go through the results of the scanning, which ones are in calf, and when they are due. Now I don't have our AI dockets, they're up in the house, so I could have then told you what we bulged them with, but I know for a fact the main ones would have been the 2014 limousine bull, EBY, and then there might have been 1 or 2 other ones that we wouldn't usually go for, but we decided to go for anyways. So I have all the details written down on the phone. Or, well, I have a photograph taken when we were getting them scanned. We wrote down whether or not they were in calf, and then the ones that were in calf, we done up the gestation calculator and got the due dates, but I also have the due dates for the ones that aren't in calf, so I could tell you when they would have been due to calf, but obviously they're not in calf. So to start it off, we have 220, which is that one right there. So she was bulled on the 11th of July 2024. She is not in calf, unfortunately. If she was in calf, she would have been due on the 20th of April 2025. So yeah, and it's a nice looking heifer as well. They're all nice looking heifers, but unfortunately she is not in calf. The next one is 210, which is this white one right here. Another nice looking heifer as well. So she was bulled on the 5th of May, the 5th of the 5th 2024. She is in calf, and she's due on the 12th of February 2025, which is a nice month for us. That's the month we like to have them calving in. As I mentioned before, but for new viewers, we do like our heifers and cows calving in between the months of November, December, January, February, March and April at the latest, because between the months of April and May are the months we'd like to be trying to starting getting our cattle out into fields and being outside for the summer in the nice good warm weather, hopefully. But yeah, 210, the white one, she is in calf. The next one on the list is 214, which is this mousy coloured one. A lot of farmers do go mad for them in the mart, and we have a nice few of them. So obviously another nice heifer there. So she was bulled on the 11th of June 2024. Unfortunately she is not in calf, which is very disappointing for us. Very. We were hoping she would be in calf. We were hoping that all of them would be in calf, but we were hoping a bit more would have been in calf than what was in calf, which will be revealed very soon once I go through the lot of them. So yeah, this one here, the mousy coloured one, not in calf. If she was in calf, she'd be due on the 21st of March 2025. So yeah. Yeah, unfortunately another one that's not in calf. Up next is 211, which is this one right here. So she was bulled on the 22nd of June. Unfortunately that is another one that isn't in calf, so it's not looking good so far. Another one that isn't in calf. And if she was in calf, obviously she'd be due on the 1st of April 2025, April Fool's Day. But yeah, another nice heifer that unfortunately is not in calf. But that's just the way farming goes. You have some in calf, you win. You have others that don't in calf, you lose. So yeah, unfortunately that's just how it goes. But yeah, that's another one that's not in calf. So the one that's up next, we're after doing 211, which is that one just there. She's after moving, and luckily enough for us, she was standing beside 219, which is this one right here. She had the same bull date of the 22nd of June 2024, which meaning she would be calving on the 1st of April, but again she is also not in calf. And another nice heifer as well. But yeah, unfortunately it was just not meant to be. And obviously every time we heard the scanning man say she's not in calf, I put an X down on the list to say she's not in calf, or a tick to say that she's in calf. And every time I had to put an X down or hear those words, it was very disappointing, as a lot of farmers would imagine. So yeah, another one that isn't in calf. Next is 215, which is this one right here. And whether or not the camera can pick it up, she looks like she's a very heavy heifer. So either heavy with weight or heavy in calf. So yeah, anyways, 215. She was bulled on the 11th of April 2024. She is in calf, so she's heavy in calf, and she is due on the 19th of January 2025, so that's only in less than 2 months time. So hopefully she will produce a good calf. She is fairly big, but yeah, the majority of these heifers would have gotten limousine. Maybe one or two we might have chanced a different bull if they repeat it several times. So yeah, she is very heavy in calf, luckily, and we won't have to wait too long to see what sort of calf she'll throw out. 216, this black one right in front of me here, and another fairly nice heifer as well. She is a limousine crossed with in Aberdeen Angus, so she's more of a limousine. Her mother was a limousine, but her mother's mother would have been an Aberdeen Angus. So yeah, she's a limousine cross with an Aberdeen Angus. So she was bulled on the 1st of June 2024. She is in calf. That's good news. That put a smile on our face when we heard that, after all the ones that weren't in calf. She will be due on the 11th of March 2025. So she has a couple of months to go. Not really much sign of any calf, and not like the previous one we seen there, 215, which looked very heavy. But yeah, she's another one that's in calf for us. Now we're moving on to the cows. So obviously the first two cows to calf was this mousy coloured one here. She was the first one to calf, and this white-faced one here, she was the second one to calf. She is not bulled yet, but we're planning on keeping her and bulling her. We're going to try putting a cemental bull into her and see what she'll throw out, because she's I think she is a cemental crossed with maybe a limousine. I'd have to look at the records, but yeah, before we started bulling all cows and stuff with limousines and crossing them with limousines and whatnot, we were bulling cows with Charlies and Aberdeen Anguses and cementals many moons ago, but we just started now. We thought it was easier to put some easy calving limousines in a lot of them, especially the first timers, the heifers. and we haven't really gone back since. We're more of a limousine suckler farmer at this point now, but nothing wrong with the limousines, nothing wrong with any of them. You could get a nice Simmental, you could get a nice Aberdeen Angus, nice Charlies, nice Shorthorns, nice anything. But yeah, we're mainly bulling these days, and for the last couple of years, limousines. But anyways, 216, which is this cow here. She was bulled on the 4th of July 2024. She is in calf, which means she will be due on the 13th of April 2025. Happy days. Happy days indeed. She's a relatively older cow. I believe that she was born around March 2014. So she is 10 years old. Which is unbelievable that we still have her. Usually we only keep calf, and you can sort of see by the shape of her body and her body condition score that she isn't as full as the younger cows that we have. She's more slimline, more bonier. But yeah, usually we only keep cattle until they're around maybe 5, 6, 7 years old at a stretch. We'd like to get 5 or 6 calves out of them, and then we'd probably shift them on. But we kept her because the owl man is very fond of them mousy coloured ones. So yeah, she's in calf. So out of the 7 heifers that we bulled and scanned, only 3 of them are in calf, and then obviously the cow is in calf. So out of the 8 animals we bulled and scanned, the 7 heifers, the 1 cow, that's 8. Only 4 out of the 8 are in calf, and 3 out of the 7 heifers are in calf, which one is probably very poor for us, the poorest we've ever had in a very long time. We were hoping that at least maybe 5, or we'd say we would have been happy if 5 of the 7 heifers were in calf. We would have been extremely happy if the whole lot was in calf. In an ideal world, that's what you'd be hoping for, but in reality that's not what you're always going to be getting. So yeah, there they are. So the ones that are in calf is that mousy coloured black one, or that mousy coloured cow, this heavy one here, 215, yes, 216, the black one, and this white one here. I believe those 3 at the end are not, she's not bulled, and that mousy coloured one is also not in calf. If I can quickly look at their tag numbers, I'd know 219 wasn't in calf, hair growing all over them. Yeah, I believe it was the black one, the white one, and the heavy, really heavy heifer, which is this one right here, who's due, she's due in January. So yeah, I think this black one, when I was looking at the AI dockets, we bulled her once and she did not repeat. So fingers crossed, and maybe touch wood, she will remain a good heifer and a good cow in the future as well. Obviously she will down the lane start, they be repeating, but for a first time heifer she did not repeat. We bulled her once and that's all we bulled her, and she's in calf. 215, if I remember from the top of my head, I think we bulled her 2 or 3 times, possibly even 4. We bulled her a few times, 2 or 3 I think. I didn't keep track of the AI dockets up in the house, but yeah. And again, the ones that are in calf and will calf, you'll see a calf an update video when they do calf, and I will tell you then what bull we bulled her with. So yeah, I didn't really come awfully prepared in this video. I should have gotten what bulls we bulled them with and all that, and have the exact amount of times we EI'd them. But yeah, I didn't come that prepared. I came somewhat prepared, but not 100% prepared. But yeah, I know for a fact that she was only done once. She was done 2 or 3 times. Her, the mousy coloured one, 5 times. Bulled her 5 times. So yeah. Obviously we had the teaser bull in the field at the time with his chin ball on him, and just seems like every day and every week she was plastered. There was no white on her at all. She was either her natural reddy colour or the pink marker. Like, he just had her plastered with the paint. And we couldn't understand, were we bulling her too late or bulling her too early. But he just had paint all over her. Obviously I'll have a video about the teaser bull later on, an upcoming video of how we found them and whatnot, and I'll go into more detail about that. But he just had this specific one plastered. He had a lot of them plastered with a lot of paint, but not as much as this one. It's as if he got a bucket of paint and a paintbrush and just started painting her, trying to get her into a pink colour or something, but he had her plastered. Yeah, so we bulled her 5 times. The last time we bulled her, we gave her 2 different straws of 2 different bulls. We gave her, I think one of them might have been a shorthorn and one of them might have been a limousine. So the last time, basically the 4th time we bulled her, we gave her 2 straws that one time. Our AI man said he'd done it before with cows and heifers that have repeated several times, and he says if you bull her with 2 different straws, one of them is guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but is most likely to stick. And he says that every time he'd done that, the cow or heifer was in calf. So obviously you could understand that he was a bit disappointed when he heard that it didn't work on this one. Now when we did get them scanned, the scanning man said there was absolutely nothing wrong with them. Their reproductive systems were working 100%. So it's just basically us. We were either bulling them too late or too early. But like, when these were a bulling, none of the heifers were going after one another or mounting each other. The teaser bull was going after the ones that were a bulling and mounting the ones that were a bulling. But like, he just had, with his chin ball, he had them all plastered with the paint, and we just couldn't, we didn't know were they a bulling or what was going on. Was he just grazing his head over them or what? But the scanning man said that there are patches you can get that you stick onto their backs, and whenever the teaser bull mounts them, it leaves a mark on them or something, basically like the chin ball and the paint. The patches on the heifer's back would leave some sort of a mark and indicate that they are a bulling. Get them into a pen and bull them. A lot of people might say, why don't we just get a proper bull? Be a lot easier. You're guaranteed then whenever they do come a bulling that you're not worrying about getting them too early or too late and missing them and whatnot. The bull will do that for you. It's sort of the facilities. We don't have the really facilities for a bull unless we sort of make them facilities. Obviously safety on a farm is obviously everyone's top priority, and if we were to get a proper bull, we'd want to put safety top priority and get proper facilities so that we could manage a bull in a very safe environment. So we just don't have those facilities at hand. The facilities we have are top notch, but I think for a bull, like number one, where do you put a bull? You have cows here that have calves because they have the calf creep there. We have heifers and whatever else here. If we had bullocks, we might have them beside them or something. And then we have like cows maybe that are due to calf very soon. there's not, you know, there's no room for a bull or to store a bull in a safe place without him flittering, because he'll obviously be beside either cows that have calves or cows or heifers that are due to calf. So we don't really want, you know, so if we had the facilities for a bull, then we probably would get a bull, but we just don't. I guess two, then I went a bit off track there. One is, you know, there's a lot of them not in calf. It's very disappointing. Two, I guess, is it's going to be a very quiet calving season for us, and they're fairly well spaced out as well. They're not crammed in. They're all fairly spaced out, so there'll always be room out in the pen for them. So when one calves, they might spend a week in that pen there, and then if another one is due to calf, we'll put the one that's due to calf in that pen, and the one that's already calved maybe in this pen, or back out on the slats and into the calf creep if the calf is strong enough. If they're all jumped up together, we'll be running out of space, because all we have is two dry pens for them to be calving in. So I guess number two is, yes, it's going to be a quiet calving season for us. There's not as many as them, and they're not all jumped up into 1 month, or, you know, jumbled up. They're nice and spread out, so that's going to be handy for us as well. And for the heifers that aren't in calf, which is another blow for us, it's enough of a blow to hear them words saying, unfortunately, she's not in calf, and having to put an X down by her tag number. The second blow is that the ones that aren't in calf are possibly going to be sold. It'd be nice to keep them on and maybe give them a second go, or maybe for her a sixth go. But the ones that aren't in calf, which is obviously quite a few, what is it, 4 that's not in calf, there's 3 in calf and 4 not in calf. Those 4, with the 3 that are in calf, we're going to maybe put up a pen somewhere, maybe put up a gate here by this girder, and have the 3 heifers that are in calf in this little pen here, and then there are 4 that aren't in calf there, or something like that. We're going to separate them in plain English, basically. So the 4 that aren't in calf will have their own pen, the 3 that are in calf will have their own pen. Obviously the ones that are in calf are keeping, and we'll calve them. The ones that aren't in calf, there's talks that we'll just dose male into them, beef them up a little bit, and sell them all in the mart. And a farmer then whoever buys them then can either choose to either use them as replacement heifers, he can try at them, or they'll be put into the food chain. So that is unfortunate. It'd be nice to keep them, because obviously they're all nice heifers, but that's just farming life for you. You're going to have to take the hard blows and make the hard decisions, and you know that is a hard decision and a very sad decision to make, but we do have to say farewell to the ones that aren't in calf. They won't be sold anytime soon. You'll be seeing them now over the winter, but they'll be sold maybe sometime next year. We might even keep them to graze some grass during the summer, and then maybe like September, October time 2025 we'll probably shift them on at that point. I'm not 100% sure when they'll be sold, but usually that's when we do sort of sell them, around the back end of summer. So yeah, I don't know when we'll be selling them, but I know that they will be sold. So it's a bit unfortunate. But for calving season 2025 with the heifers, it's going to be quite quiet. But obviously there's probably silver lining as well. As I mentioned, it's not going to be as busy, and they're not all clumped up as well. They're spaced out. So it's not going to be too hectic. But it would have been nice for a bit more to be in calf, but unfortunately that's not the case. But anyways, that is that. 3 heifers out of 7 are in calf, and 1 of the cows that we bulled is also in calf until we start bulling more. But anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch, the link to that will be down in the description, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Take care.